Welcome, America. Odds Brothers podcast returning to you on a Friday, January 20th. How about that? And for the first time in, 2 weeks, say hello, long-lost friend.
It seems like it's been a lot longer than 2 weeks.
It has.
But I'm glad to be back home.
Let's see if you still remember this stuff. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Welcome to the Odds Brothers Podcast. Follow the Odds Brothers Podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google, and YouTube. Now here are the hosts of the show, Moneyline Mark.
I'm not a smart man.
And Point Spread Shane.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
All right, everybody. That's our ugly mugs.
Crazy glue sniffer.
We're back live at the Bentley Sportsbook inside Southland Casino and Hotel in West Memphis, Arkansas. Mark no longer in Ohio.
No.
And there we are. Welcome back to the studio, I guess you could say, or the stage in this case.
It's awesome. Awesome to be back. Sitting next to you.
Before we get into today's episode and what we're going to do today is it's all going to be about football today. So we're going to recap the playoffs from last weekend, the wild card round, and then we'll turn around and do some in-depth coverage into the 4 games in the divisional round this weekend. Yeah, we got 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday.
Fun times.
And as always, a couple of ads. Still waiting for Cheez-Its to reply to our sponsorship request.
Yeah. Oh, I'm flickering.
You're flickering, Paul.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
Darn flickering.
Maybe you're not all the way back. Part of you is still in Ohio. Before we get going, though, we got a $250 bet that we want to share with you. You got that up, or you just want a cold read there?
$250? I think I have that somewhere. Let me see here.
All right. Because we got an app out in this house.
There you go. How about that?
Yeah.
Can I remember what to say? I only had to do it for like 3 weeks. So the difference is download the app here in Arkansas and or Tennessee. You can download both apps to take advantage of this offer in both states. Make a minimum bet of $10 up to $250. And if your first bet settles as a loss, we'll give that back to you in a free bet.
Well.
That's right. So you can do that same promotion here in Arkansas. Bet up to $250, lose $250, as long as your odds are minus $250 or greater. Slide across the river, get into Tennessee, or wherever you're at, however you get to Tennessee, and do the same thing. We call it Take Nick's Money.
And it's been very giving.
Yes. You know,
months.
It's the same promotion if you're in Ohio, where I was.
Yep.
It's a different, it's called MVG bet. You can go there and take $250 of Nick's money there, too. So if you're tooling around in an RV and make a stop here, Tennessee, make your way up to Ohio, take his money.
Yeah, depending where you are, anywhere from 5 to 7 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
That's not bad for 700. Well, that'd be more than that.
Unless you happen to be one of people watching our podcast today that happen to be from Ohio right now, and if you would, that'd be great. That might get us our tour bus sooner than later. You know what else will get us there faster is if you like and subscribe and be alert to any of the new podcasts as they come out. We try to do it every Monday and Friday. Mark's traveling, and the Martin Luther King holiday kind of squashed the Monday show from being done on time. But we're back in action now.
Yes.
I do believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Coming up after this in a couple of weeks, of course, the big game. We can say Super Bowl, right?
We can say it.
Yeah,
we can't print it.
All right, so we can say the Super Bowl. I think we got a special show we're going to plan on the Friday before the Super Bowl. I think we're going to try to get guests and do nothing but prop bets and stuff for the big game.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we're going to try to load up on all that stuff and hopefully have a quattro of folks is my goal.
Hold on a second. I got to look up that word, quattro. Okay.
I think it's 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 4. All right, so there we have it. Are you ready to roll?
I think so.
With some of the previews and reviews, as we call them?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. First game that happened, wow, it seems like a while ago, but not quite last week. On Saturday was the NFC wild card between Seattle and San Francisco. A little closer than most people thought it would be at halftime. Maybe a little nervousness going on with your boy Brock Purdy. And
could be. Had to settle in.
He did settle in, and boy, once they settled in, the second half was all San Francisco for the most part. And they took it down 41-23. San Francisco at the time just under a 10-point favorite, so they ended up covering easy, and it went over almost handily there, singly by almost San Francisco alone there.
Look at those stats of Brock Purdy and tell me why he's so much better than, what was his name? Jimmy?
Jimmy Smith?
Jimmy watched me step out of the back of the end zone and get a safety because I'm slow.
All right. So now.
I know why you're scared.
No, I'm not scared. It's not my team.
Yeah, no, he's not your team, but.
Well, we're talking Seattle, first of all.
Okay.
All right, so let's
don't
not
jump
get too
ahead.
excited here.
Don't jump ahead.
It was Seattle. They beat him twice already.
Yes.
Now, Brock Purdy.
Look at those stats.
30 pass attempts is. I was a little shocked. I saw that many actually from him. 332 yards. So a lot of big chunk plays. A lot of big plays. One of them, Deebo Samuel wasn't even covered, and he took off for a huge score. You see 6 receptions for 133 for him on there, and of course Christian McCaffrey had 15 carries, almost 120 yards. So. Long story short, San Francisco had a lot of big pop, big gain plays, and it slowly rolled Seattle into submission by the end of the day. And Brock Purdy played well. No INTs.
Yeah.
That'll win you a lot of games if you don't turn the ball over. Dak.
Yeah, that's right.
So San Francisco will host Dallas on Sunday night, or Sunday late evening, I guess. It's a 5:30 Central start.
You didn't put any defensive stats there for San Francisco, did you?
I did not on that one. But hold up.
Okay.
In the latest stats, or when we go to our previews, there will be.
All right.
All right, so both of our shiny faces are over there on the San Francisco side.
Well, that's right. Not bad.
Not bad. All right, next game coming up on that slate was an interesting one, to say the least. Probably the most entertaining one of the entire NFC wildcard weekend. Los Angeles Chargers had a 27-0 lead at halftime and lose 31-30.
Did they fire the coach?
Not the coach, but somebody did leave on Jacksonville. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Or not. No, it was
not Jacksonville.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator, maybe.
It's not enough.
Well, there was rumors of Sean Payton maybe going there, but a lot of them think that he'll go to Denver now. So I doubt they can their first-year coach that soon. They did make the playoffs, even though that was a tremendous choke job. The only way I would have been less surprised about that would be if Matt Ryan was quarterback in the Chargers that day.
Too many.
Seems like he's around a lot of those big lead loses.
Yeah, and the week before that, he shouldn't have had those starters playing.
Yeah.
That late into the game.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. That was kind of a boneheaded play there.
Yeah, exactly.
And you still had a 27-0 lead without it.
Right. You didn't need it, and you weren't going anywhere.
And the head coach does not play defense last time I checked. He's not on the field actually playing, so. Trevor Lawrence, 4 interceptions early on. He looked like absolute garbage. Turned around, 4 touchdowns.
That's sad.
That's amazing. I don't think I've seen somebody have that bad of a first half and then have that great of a second half like that.
You get 4 INTs and still win? Something's wrong. Something's wrong on the Chargers.
It is. You lose by a point, and there's my face on that side.
Yes.
2.5. Didn't need the 2.5, but it was a close game, entertaining game. But I'll be one to tell you, I turned it off almost 3 minutes to go until halftime, and I just happened to check my phone, and it was like 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. I'm like,
what? That's the same thing I did.
And
I'm like, this game's junk.
I turned it back on. I had to see what the hell was going on. But anyway, that's the season for the Chargers. They got a lot of good stuff to build on, but they do need to figure out that defense because they've choked up a lot of leads.
You don't have that marked up, do you? Well, bye.
Yeah. Bye. And Jacksonville, well, they go on the road now. They take on the Chiefs, and we'll preview that in a little bit. That's what? Yeah, the next game. These happened on, this was Saturday night's game, if I recall right.
Yeah, okay. I slept. Flew. Slept
or
again.
Maybe not so much. No, there was 2 on Saturday. So this Sunday, early game, Buffalo and Miami. Once again, a lot closer than people thought. There are 4 no-heads on there. We thought that Buffalo, with the third-string quarterback they were going against, and their first home game since the DeMar Hamlin incident, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, no, the second game, because they did have their first game, right. First playoff game, though.
That, the Bills did not look good, if I could spit it out. Bills did not look good in that game.
They didn't, and they're lucky to win.
Is that second-string or third-string quarterback for the Dolphins?
String.
Wow.
Yeah, Tua, then you had Teddy Bridgewater, and now this Skylar Thompson, I think his name is.
2 picks.
2 interceptions, but then you look over at now Josh Allen has been having Dak disease. He's been turning the ball over quite a bit the last few weeks, and it's been keeping these games close when he's been doing that. Because you look at his stats, 23 of 39 for 352 yards?
Yep. 3 TDs.
3 touchdowns.
Not bad.
You would think if you saw that part, they must have crushed him.
Yep. But those 2 INTs don't help.
Nope. And so, Miami, full of injuries at the end. They got some picks coming their way. I think they're going to use them on defense. I think they'll be okay. The big question next year will be, will Tom Brady finally go down there and try to quarterback him 1 year? Because I don't know that Tua comes back to playing football, and if he does, he's just a walking piece of china that will break at any given time. I think one more concussion, if he does come back and play, that'll be the last you see him playing professional football.
Wasn't there a Dallas quarterback that was that way? Glass jaw?
Tony Romo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He came back a lot until that very end.
Yeah.
All right, so Buffalo hosts Cincinnati, this weekend. That ought to be a good game.
Yes.
We'll see how we pick that one as we get closer. All right, next game on the slate, New York. Well, we picked this, per se. I didn't pick it as an official pick, but I did say I saw a way where Giants are probably going to be the one road team that wins a playoff game here.
Yep, that was after your ticket was bought. My ticket was purchased, and it's a winner.
Yeah, there's one hit on there. I went ahead and took the home team in the playoff game, and just couldn't decide. Do I want Daniel, the fake ID, or the guy that uses his brother's fake ID? I couldn't figure that out.
Huh.
So there you go.
It was a good game.
24-31. Giants win. They look good. Daniel Jones looked like the second coming of just about any of the quote-unquote elite quarterbacks, even though he's not. So settle down, Saquon.
You were giving me points. I was taking that with the Giants. They're not that bad.
You did, and they probably should have won the first game. And the last play for the Minnesota won the WTF award for the week, where you needed 4th and 6, and you throw a 3-yard out to a guy that was covered.
Yeah.
Game.
That's about Cousins for you.
Primetime Cousins not good, so we'll see what they do next year, because I don't think they're married to Cousins next year from a payroll standpoint especially.
They shouldn't be.
Do they keep rolling with the same thing that gets you the same result every year, which is an early bounce if you get in at all? I do not know, because the Lions are getting better every single year. How about that? Flicker. All right, Cincinnati and Baltimore. Once again, one of those games that you would think wouldn't have been as close. Cincinnati was almost a 10-point favorite there. Did not cover. And you just look at the stats. Joe Burrow, barely 200 yards, 1 touchdown is all. Joe Mixon, 11 carries, not even 40 yards. Jamar Chase, the one bright spot, almost all the yards that he did complete was to that guy, 9 for 84 and a touchdown. So,
yeah, that was a horrible. They looked horrible. Cincy looked horrible.
Once again, in every statistical category, pretty much they got beat on by Baltimore. But the problem was Baltimore turned it over. Cincinnati turned that in. Remember, they were about to go in from the half-yard line or the 1-yard line. The guy went to jump, and the ball got stripped and ran 99 yards the other way for the defensive score.
Yep. That was beginning of the second half. Is that right?
No, that was fourth quarter, about midway through the fourth quarter.
No, you're right. Yep.
So the one turnover turns the tide. Otherwise, Baltimore has the lead, and who knows what happens at that point.
Again, what string is this quarterback? Huntley? Third?
No, he's second in this case. Yeah, he is the backup.
If the Bills can actually mimic what Baltimore did, Cincy's in trouble.
They are, which normally I thought Cincinnati, the way they looked before the injury on that Monday night game that they were playing, it looked like Cincinnati was going to tear Buffalo up pretty easy.
Yeah.
Now I'm not so sure.
Cincy did the same thing, though. They came out and scored on their first drive, so I thought, they're going to blow them out. But they didn't.
So much. That's what you get for division rivals, I'm telling you. They're closer than you think.
I'm telling you. All right. You hear that, Kyle? Yeah. I'm telling you. These are both of our heads right here. The Dallas Cowboys. Howdy ho. Beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right. Yeah, it was a good game. Probably the best game I've ever seen Dak play in a clutch spot. He's had bigger games throwing the ball.
It's Tampa.
Well, yes, but Tampa has been there. For what you want to call it, they're like kryptonite. They got beat 19-3 on opening day of the league year. Tom Brady never lost to the Cowboys before in 7 starts. And which I did not realize this, although I should have. Dallas hadn't won a road playoff game since 1992.
I wasn't even born then.
All right. You got some Benjamin Buttons crap going on right now. Then. But in any case, 31-14, and that was despite Brett Maher missing not 1, not 2.
Oh, my gosh.
Not 3, but 4 extra points.
Why didn't you just put on a different jersey and get your ass out there and kick them yourself?
I probably could have.
Couldn't have done worse.
I can miss him too, Paul. Watch me. Show him I'm a tiger.
I did see a meme on Facebook where it said that They were at a halftime. Was it halftime that Jerry was having a lineup?
Yeah, open tryouts.
Open tryouts during the game.
Man, and I think that's going to come into play this weekend. So hopefully he got it out of his system and he don't see ghosts, because he just looked like a kicker that totally froze and lost his confidence.
Now, did you see that they brought in somebody on the practice squad?
They did, and here will be the key. Today, I believe, I guess they could do it tomorrow, but they put him on the practice squad, and if they activate him and take him on the trip, that lets you know that as soon as Maher misses that first one,
Bye.
they might go,
Well,
hey,
bye.
warm up. What's your name again?
Yeah.
Warm up. Flicker.
Whatever his name is, Flicker. His name is Flicker.
Just flicker. All right. Dalton Schultz, looking like a good tight end, too. 2 touchdowns. He was open all friggin' day, it seemed like, when they threw to him.
The thing that concerns me is you look at Brady's stats here. He passed for 351 yards. I know he's got a pick in there, but that's against Dallas. That secondary is kind of.
I know, but look at how many attempts.
Yeah.
If you get a quarterback like Brady throwing it 66 times,
And he's like 75. He's still throwing it 66 times.
You're going to give up some yardage. Like, you can't defend 66 pass plays perfectly in a row to keep that. I mean, if you did the math on that and divided it by how much per attempt, it's not really that much at all. 6.5 yards an attempt or something like that.
But it looks like they handled the rush pretty good, though. So the running game.
They did.
Which that doesn't shock me. I think if Dallas does have a weakness in defense, it is their secondary. Banged up a little bit.
So that was the last one, right?
That's the last one.
All right, so while we do that, why don't you get in the your special promo thing here, and let me get back to us.
Special time.
Yeah, we want to talk about that promo before we preview this divisional card weekend of games. It, took an hour. And are you ready for this?
I think so. I think I'm ready.
All right, Paul.
All right. So right now we have on the Betly app. This is on mobile on Memphis. Well, it's close enough. West Memphis, Arkansas, Tennessee, wherever. There's a new promo going on, divisional round tournament. Win $400K in coins. Well, what can coins get you? I'm just right on their website. Follow along. Get on their website, get on the mobile app. So this is a tournament. So what you can play, sign up for the first official Betly tournament during the divisional round game starting January 20th to the 22nd. So that starts today. Make the number of winning wagers in 2 points. So the more winning bets, the more points earned. The player who earns up with the number at the top, as the number 1 at the top of the live scoreboard, will win $400K in coins. And that is, so you're like, what do I get for coins? You get redeemable free bets. So it's not like, I got coins. What can I do? Get a new skin for my avatar? No, that's not it.
Can I buy a pizza?
No, not yet. You can just get free bets.
Just get free bets, okay.
Yeah, but it's not on every game. So then it tells you how they calculate the points. Potential winnings times the number of legs. Boom. Here's your events in detail. See that? Yeah, so you get,
So you get all the playoff games, basically.
Yeah, that's
games.
what it is. Yeah, well, that's the promo up here, divisional round tournament. So division, make your bets, potential winnings. So the more you, obviously, the more you have to potentially win. So if you bet like $1,000 and I just bet $1, we both win. Guess who gets more points?
The one that bet 1,000.
There you go.
Ding, 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 ding.
How about that? That's kind of a neat. That's kind of a neat promotion. It's the first time they've done something like that. So.
Yeah, interesting. Now, can you?
Looks
is there
like
an actual leaderboard that you can follow along during the day, so you can see where you're
there
ranking
is.
and all that?
Yeah, it would show up under once you get inside the tournament. I'm not logged in, so I can't show you that. But it looks like you can see. If you see right here, it looks like 52 people are in it already.
Nice.
So
I wonder if I can. Can the Odds Brothers get in just as
I don't know.
beat the Odds Brothers?
Have to ask Nick and Cal.
See if I can bet 10,000.
Probably have to bet Nick. Yeah, Nick, I want to take some fake money and win.
Yeah, can I get some of Nick's fake money?
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Sounds
That's
like
not bad.
Yeah, sounds like
That's a neat tournament. Yeah. First one. Hopefully there's more coming. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. All right.
Cool, Paul.
So 4 games, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. According to my Cowboys, will be the last one on there. So it'll be the last one. Now, I don't know if you can do that or you want to show this before we go. The current Super Bowl odds.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let me get back to it, Paul. Let me get back. Okay.
All right. And you do that. And I found this interesting, although it's explainable, about how Dallas, when you look at, when we do all the stats, how even though they're 4.5, I think, point underdogs. Most of the computer models actually have them as a slight favorite to win, but they're way down on the list as Super Bowl favorites. So
Yeah, definitely.
crazy.
You're good.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't use my link. All right. hang
No,
on a
I just went to the website. I was already there. Boom.
Boom.
And
So
if you-
Kansas City is obviously your leading candidate right now. What is that, plus
plus
285?
285, yeah.
All right, so go down the list there. You got Buffalo, next favorite, 325.
325. San Francisco 49ers plus 425.
All right.
Your Philadelphia Eagles plus 475.
Mine, yeah.
Cincinnati plus 750. They got them above Dallas at plus 850.
And I find it a little interesting on how big of a spread there is between Cincinnati, and they beat the Chiefs, and they were beating, maybe they wouldn't have finished, but beating Buffalo. You think that they would be more around that 400, plus 400 as well.
Yeah. Oh, you would think, but.
All right.
Then you got your mighty Giants plus 2,500. And then if you want a prayer, it's 3,300, and that's on the Jaguars plus 3,300.
Now, that's not just to make it, that's to win it. So
Yeah, that's just to win it. And they're not going to do either.
No, I think the best value on this, though, if you look at it, and some people would say the best value is the one that's going to win because you're going to get paid. But in my opinion, from what the teams look like today, San Francisco at over 4-1 on your money is probably the best overall bet for your money.
Let me ask you this.
Maybe Philly, but I want to see if Jalen Hurts is really healed from his arm injury first and see how often they run him and see how good or bad they look against the G-men.
Let me ask you this.
Okay?
All right, so you've got 8 teams. What if you put $10 a win on each one?
Each one of those teams?
Yeah. Each one. Someone's going to win. $10 on each one. $80 bet in total. Obviously can't put it on one ticket. Individual bets, $10 a piece. You're spending $80.
So,
can you lose money?
Yeah, you can because you're spending $80. So if Kansas City won, right?
Yeah.
Your $20 would return not quite 3-1, so $60. You'd lose some money on that one.
Yep,
There's only one
77.
winner. Yeah. So really, now the Buffalo Bills is almost 4-1, so you'd almost break even on something like the Bills or the Niners, and then you'd start making a little cash if it was anybody else. So really, only one team actually loses a little bit of money if you did it that way, Mark. Which to me, I mean, it could catch lightning in a bottle. I doubt you're ever going to see Jacksonville win a Super Bowl with that team. Giants, I give a long shot odds chance of being in the game if things work out right. But
You bet $20 on Jacksonville to win the Super Bowl, you're going to return $680.
that's nice, right?
Nah, hey, I'll take it.
So
There you go.
your thought of putting a 20 on all those would probably work okay. Or you could just go ahead and say, you know what, the Giants and
Who do I think is
Jacksonville really ain't worth that kind of
it's gotta
bet,
be right here.
and just do the other 6.
This is your Super Bowl winner. If you want to make money, just make one bet.
But keep in mind, if you did 20 on all 8, that's 160, not 80.
Well, I did 10 at first, so that's all right.
Okay. Well, either way.
But I'll just put 20 on this and win.
Yeah, you might.
49ers.
Yep.
Winning the Super Bowl.
To me,
When are we picking
even
that?
as a Cowboys fan, even as today, if you want to go with like who you think the Super Bowl will be now that we have 8 teams in here,
Yep.
I would go Chiefs and Niners.
Chiefs and
Because
Niners.
Buffalo doesn't look real good to me, and I'm concerned about Cincinnati losing 3 offensive linemen. I think eventually
You
that
wouldn't
could come
take
into
your
play.
boys?
No, I don't. I wouldn't.
Woo.
Now, would that change if I found out that somehow the Giants beat Philly and then Dallas was able to beat San Francisco? Then hell yeah, I would change that bet. But to still win and say, can they beat the Chiefs, Bills, or Cincinnati? I would say if it was Cincinnati, yes. The other 2, probably not. But it's turnover game, man, when you get to playoff football. We saw that when we recapped it.
Yep.
So there you have it. All right, you ready to do some capping?
Yeah, let's do
See where
some.
it come out. Who are you getting? You got San Francisco winning. Who do you think they play?
The loser of the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would that be?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. Hang on a second. Let me do it for you. It doesn't matter.
Get the game graphics up, Paul.
I'm trying.
You sitting there?
Are we doing game graphics or are we going to recap our pick 6?
Oh, we can recap the pick 6.
Alrighty then. Let's go with me first.
Should we?
You want to do that one?
Bang.
Yeah, just
go
like
ahead.
that. Just like that.
Oh, 4 points this week.
4
huh?
points. That's going to be important.
That is okay because I probably got 3.
You're right.
Just based on what I saw here. I know one of them's Jacksonville, but yeah, 49ers, they covered. Chargers did not. Bills did not. You took the Giants. That was good. And then Dallas was your lock, which it was not my lock. My lock was actually Cincinnati, if I recall.
Yep. So I got the 4 points.
So you got the 4 points. All right. And then the Shaney boy, there's 3 because his lock did not happen. But 49ers, Jags I took, and then my Cowboys won. That was about it.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
All right, leaderboard so far.
Can't catch you.
Nope. It'll be impossible now. Point spread Shane, MBB 66.5. Moneyline Mark 51. The high risers and Joe's quit a while ago.
Yeah.
So they're trailing.
All right. So let's go to this one.
Oh, these are the updated stats?
Updated.
All right. So here you go. 66.5. We talked the points, but the pick of the week or our best bet of the week, 19 out of how many?
28.
Out of 28. All right, so I'm still comfortably above 50%.
Yeah.
And you just hit it again.
I just hit it again.
All right. And then NBA picks we'll get to as football season winds down. We'll be doing a lot more basketball, obviously. And then the bowl games, the final count on the bowl games, Mark did very well, really. 17 out of 28, and I only got 15 out of 28. Both still over the 50%. Mark just gives away feed. Yeah,
that's
he
feed.
gives away feed.
Yeah,
just like
all right.
Nick gives away promo money. 250.
I didn't have to worry about that this last week or this week.
Yeah, Mark says eat $250 and I'll match it. All right, that's your latest update on our statistical information. That was last week, right?
Yep, that was last week.
All right, when you get them up, we're ready to go. Your first game on Saturday, believe it or not.
There we go.
It's going to be the Chiefs and Jacksonville. You ready?
I think so.
There we go. Saturday at 3:30, so that's your first game coming up. You look at it, Kansas City currently 8.5-point favorites. The over-under is at 52.5 mark. And just looking at the money overall, the spread, pretty much 110 if you're on the Jacksonville side. Kansas City, you're getting a little better money because that tells me that as far as the spread goes, there is some action going to Jacksonville. Not enough yet to move it, but enough to kind of dissuade you or entice you to take Kansas City on the spread, Mark.
Turnover difference -3, huh?
Yes. So what that means is Jacksonville's turned it over 5 more times than Kansas City has. Kansas City's on the better end of that.
Yeah.
Money line odds, 4-1 odds that Kansas City's going to win, and it almost is the chance to win. That chance to win is actually a computer that does each game 10,000 times and comes up with the average who wins and by how much.
Is that Madden?
No, I don't know. I didn't ask if it was Madden.
Dang.
I just heard it was a computer.
Well, you should try it right now.
We'll be back after this. Points per game. Kansas City just about 6 points better at this point, and points allowed are nearly identical. So what's this tell you, Mark, just looking over
it? That 8.5 scares me. I was hoping it was going to be like around 3.5, then to make it an easy pick.
Toward Kansas City, I would take it?
Yeah.
8.5. Saying hi to our fans.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure what the heck you were doing. I thought maybe there was a bug or something. But if I'm picking, I'm going to pick Kansas City. But that over-under of 52.5, that's pretty spot on, I think. But I'm going to go over because I don't think either one of these are going to be stopping anybody. They're going to be going back and forth.
Yeah.
So my pick is Kansas City and over.
Kansas City and over.
Boom. Oh, you're thinking.
Well, I would go 9 if I could shave it up, but since it's 8.5, I mean, still that's a bad number. That puts you in a situation where Kansas City probably does just cover this.
Touchdown field goal?
And I do like the fact that usually playoff games are lower scoring, opposite of what you had where you had 4 turnovers and 61 points in Jacksonville's last game with the Chargers. You know, but you look at the other games outside of there wasn't one team was scoring all the points, the other team wasn't helping much. And this is why when you said that 52.5, I can see this being a 31-14 Kansas City game, and I can also see it being 30-24 Kansas City.
Right.
So that over-under is almost right, like in the area where I don't know which side to go on.
Yep, they did a good job picking that number.
But if I had to, being a playoff game and figuring that everybody's going to be amped up for a while, I'm going to go ahead and take the under on that one and just pray, and that Kansas City does cover and wins by like 10, or maybe they're up 9, and Jacksonville decides to go for the touchdown near the end instead of the field goal and doesn't do the onside kick stuff. But long story short, I can see where Jacksonville covers that spread.
Oh, you taking Jacksonville?
No, I'm going to go Kansas City. Final bet. I'm going to lay the 8.5.
Lock it in.
And I'm going to go under for the over/under.
All right. Wow. Yeah, I think, just Mahomes, what frightens me about that 8.5 is Mahomes, the offense seems to really kind of peter out towards the end. If they're under a lot of pressure, they get kind of nuts, and Mahomes get kind of frustrated. So I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not changing my bet, but
other than the Raiders, who they seem to like to blow out, they've been letting teams hang around a lot of the year.
Yeah.
Especially the Rams team that was on their like 4-string quarterback, and they had to gut that out just to get to the 13, I think it was that day that you took them.
Yeah, I know.
Had to wait all the way to the end. Yeah, how about that? All right, so we're both on Kansas City.
All
Does
right.
it sound like you're under or over on the over/under?
I went over.
All right, so we
You
are
went
different
under.
on that one. I
Yep.
went under, you went over. All right, next game, that'll be a Saturday evening game at 7:15 between New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. First look at Jalen Hurts after a week off here. I'm sure he's healthier. Just how healthy is the question. Right now, Philadelphia just over that touchdown at 7.5. The over-under is 48 in this game. And just to let you know, division rivals anyway, that Philadelphia won both games against New York this season. And, as a matter of fact, the last game that we talked about, Kansas City and Jacksonville did play before. Kansas City played a whipstick on them.
Mm-hmm.
So, for what that's worth anyway.
Right.
All right, money line. If you'd like to take a shot here, Giants are almost 3-1 on the money line, and Kansas City, you're going to have to lay basically 3 for every one you return, minus 355. So, odds to win, just flat out, no point spread involved, 80-20, basically in favor of Philly, and the points per game, a touchdown more each game for the Eagles, but they allow about the same amount of points. And, of course, more opportunistic. They're both decent on defense, but Philly is a +8 in the turnover differential over the course of the regular season. So, Mark, Philly's home, night game, their first playoff game of this postseason.
Yeah.
Giants already got a good one in up north. Did they play their best game, and do they have enough to take out Philly here?
They did play their best game, and there's still not going to be enough to take out Philly, not even take them out with the point spread.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Hint. Going Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah.
Not going to be able to do it.
Oh, my good gravy.
It's over a touchdown.
It is over a touchdown. They win by 10.
They win by well, okay.
Yeah. Win by 10.
All right, give me okay, over under. How about that first?
I'm going to go over.
You're going to go over that?
Yeah.
And Philly wins by 10. So you're thinking this is going to be a 28-20 game, basically, or a 30-20 game. That'll be 50 points.
Sure.
So 30-20.
Yep. That's right. You take those G-men. You take them. They're playing in Philadelphia. I know they won on the road. They're playing in Philadelphia. Who's going to stop Jalen Hurts on the Giants side?
So.
Oh, we go.
No, well, here's where Philadelphia has some issues. And not many. They're a good team. As much as I'm a Cowboys fan and I like them from just a rivalry standpoint and everything, the analytics that I look at and not bet with your heart and with your head kind of deal, when they've had issues in games or games are closer than you think they would be, a lot of those were with mobile running quarterbacks, which Daniel Jones is. And they did a lot of that in Minnesota, and you've seen what happened. Get him on the edge, he has the option to run or throw, and that's where Philly is the most susceptible if they are on defense, is the mobile rollout quarterback stuff, and that tends to keep games closer. Now, if I knew, and I'm going to guess this, if I knew that Jalen Hurts' shoulder, where he could throw the ball, like just let it rip, his shoulder's completely fine, then I think the Eagles grind the Giants out and win by more than 7.5. So I'm going to trust that that's the case. If I'm a gambler, I try to lower that to 7. I buy that half a point. That way I have a shot at pushing maybe in this game and not get hit with that hook. And for the over-under, I actually think that this game is going to be a little hard-fought and not as many points scored, so I'm going to go under in this game as well. So I'll take the Eagles. I'll take the under. You're going Eagles by 10 and then going over. So similar to the last.
You got to be nuts thinking the Eagles are anywhere close to the Vikings.
They're not close to the Vikings, but look at tell me who Philadelphia actually convincingly beat this year. They almost lost to Indianapolis to Sam Ehlinger on the road. They had to get a late touchdown to avoid that 17-16. Dallas with Cooper Rush almost beat them in Philly, and then without Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew, Dallas handled the Eagles pretty easily at home.
What?
That defense, and both of them had, moving quarterbacks, running quarterbacks with a good running game, which Saquon Barkley's pretty good. I just think that it's division rivalry for one. Third time they play is tough to do that. And Philly, I don't know if Jalen Hurts is 100% healthy. They've been very coy about that ever since he came in, and you could tell he was not right when they played last time at the end of the regular season.
All right.
Which is, 2 weeks ago, right?
I'll have to put that one head on. Oh, no, you did take Philly as well. Dang.
I did take Philly.
You're talking like you want to take the Giants.
I do.
Take
I really
'em.
do want to take the Giants.
Take them.
You told me my bet's made.
Dang.
All right. We move on to Sunday. The AFC divisional round at 2 o'clock Central Time features Cincinnati and Buffalo. Of course, I would have loved to get a shot of what that Monday night game would have ended up being. And, of course, it was postponed and then ultimately canceled with the DeMar Hamlin injury. But we're going to get it this time. We're going to get this game in, I'm sure. 105 on the spread. You want to take Cincinnati. They're giving you a little bit of juice to do so. Buffalo, -5.5, though.
-5.5.
Yeah, 49 the over-under, which actually I think that one is the one I will go over on. Money line, not as bad. 2-1, basically, if you take Cincinnati. Got to give up 2 to make 1 on the Buffalo side. And then the chance to win, 2/3 of the time, the models say Buffalo's going to win. And, of course, this is where it comes out at. I remember this. The average margin of victory for Buffalo was 6 points. So, thus 5.5. Where that line came in. Kind of interesting, ain't it?
Yeah.
Points per game, offensively, score similar. Defensive points allowed per game, pretty close. A field goal, not even a field goal. Here's the main thing. Cincinnati's been taking the ball a lot more, and Buffalo's been giving it up a lot more here lately.
More.
So those are your in-depth brain hemorrhaging stats, Mark. What's your feeling on this?
So I am concerned with the way Buffalo played last week, and I'm concerned the way Cincy played last week. So this is a tough game. I knew this would be a tough game because we didn't really get a preview of what happened prior when they were in Cincinnati. But I'm going to say Cincy covers but doesn't win. I think Buffalo, if they win, they only win by 3. So I think it's going to be a close game. However, I don't think either one of these guys are going to be scoring a whole lot, so I'm going under on that. I think there's a lot of turnovers in this game.
A lot of turnovers?
Yep.
But not a lot of points off turnovers.
Nope.
Okay.
They get down to that red zone, and all they can do is field goal.
This is a Sunday game, right?
Yeah, that's what that stat says. That graphic says Sunday 2 p.m.
I should have did this earlier because usually whenever I see a game up north, I want to just make sure before I roll in here with the
sunny
latest.
Sunny and 65. I looked at the weather.
In Buffalo, huh?
Yeah.
Did you get that from Kyle?
I did. Kyle's like, it's balm and brisk.
Balm and brisk. That's the iced tea he drinks, not necessarily.
Oh, my bad.
Currently, right now, it's 36 with a mixture of rain and snow. Let's see, Sunday.
65.
Slight chance of snow before 11, then rain and snow. High of 36, south wind at 7. So really not too bad.
I must have got those numbers transposed.
Not too bad. I'm with you. I'm taking Cincinnati, but I am going over.
Oh.
I think
they're just going to be wheeling around in that horrible weather.
I don't think Cincinnati's going to be able to run the ball, which means Joe Burrow's going to be throwing a lot, which is fine. He's got a fleet of wide receivers that can do that. Buffalo seems to be more susceptible to the pass than the run. And then on the flip side, Josh Allen can't help but throw a bunch, no matter if they're up or not. So I'm going to go with a final score of 31-28 Buffalo.
Sweet.
Or 31-28 Cincinnati. Either way, it's a field goal game. I'm with you. At 5.5, I'll take it and run.
Yeah.
With Cincinnati.
I agree.
So 1 under and 1 over on that one.
We've been flippity-flop on that over-under.
Yeah. So
right.
Then we roll into the final game featuring my Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Against the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, so this one's real. 5:30 Central Time is the kickoff on this one. No matter which side of the spread, you get minus 110 right now. Dallas plus 170 if you're taking them flat out to win the game with no points, and you're laying 1 for every 2 to get back on the money line for San Francisco. Or you're laying 2, I'm sorry, to get 1 back, minus 200. But look at the chances to win or what the computers say. So this is the little confusing part. San Francisco's a 4-point favorite according to the odds makers, and the computer's saying just a little more than half the time Dallas will win this game. Over under 46.5, probably because they expect both defenses to be decent here to hold them in check. And then you go down the line, points per game almost identical. Now, San Francisco's defense hasn't been allowing much, just 16 points a game here, and the turnover differential almost similar, plus 10, plus 13. So they're defenses that get a lot of turnovers, Mark. And it's your boy, Brock Purdy.
I know. Guess what?
You're taking Brock Purdy.
I'm taking Brock Purdy. I'm going to give up those 4 points. Yeah, it's only 4. Thought it was 4.5. 4 points.
Give up 4.5?
No. 4 points.
No.
I think I said this in the last podcast, didn't I? The last Friday?
What's that?
That Dallas would win that Monday night game. And the next game they played, and I didn't know who they would be playing. Dallas is out.
Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 56, so no weather issues out in the Bay.
No.
All right, so you're taking that in the
I'm
over-under?
taking them, and I think you say goodbye to Dallas being in the playoffs.
Okay.
And the over, yeah, I do think that it's just going to be, 28 to whatever. 30.
28 to 30?
Yep, San Francisco.
So you're taking Dallas in the points.
No.
30 to 28?
Yeah, guess who has the 30?
Who?
San Francisco.
And they're favored by 4.
Oh. Let's move that then. No.
If you too have a drug problem, there is a drug hotline to call.
San Francisco wins. They cover.
So maybe
And
it's
it's over.
35 to 28?
I'm sure Dallas will even score 28 points.
Okay.
How many did they score last week?
31.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Okay.
Against who? Tampa and the old man? Yeah.
Well, Brady didn't play defense, but yeah.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
San Francisco wins.
Okay, San Francisco wins and covers.
So if Philly wins
Yep.
and Dallas wins,
Yep.
do they meet up next?
They do.
Yeah. See how much I'd love to see that? It won't happen.
Okay. Here's my deal.
You want to know why I think why they're going to get beat?
Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Dallas' secondary is not that strong.
You're
and
right.
I think they're going to take advantage of it. Now, I'm not saying they're going to catch every pass, but
You're right.
you're going to see a lot of penalties called against, and they're going to march that ball down the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
All right.
Give me the Cowboys and the points.
Check.
I think this is a close game, and it may be a hero or a zero moment for Brett Maher. I think Dallas will have a chance to win the game near the end with a 40-some, maybe around 50-yard field goal, and it's going to be all on that dude and see how tight his butthole is when he goes to kick that field goal. Is he going to put it down the middle? Is he going to shankopotamus? I mean, to me, that's where I think the storyline of this game goes. And
You think he makes all the other extra points leading up to that? Be in that position at the end of the game?
You don't think Dallas will? I don't know that they'll be.
Well,
a lot
they'll score at least one touchdown.
Yeah.
And
I think
will he
makes
make that extra point?
I think he makes the extra point, which
Okay.
makes the field goal in a clutch situation seem even more important.
I'm just trying to lay out the drama on the game.
You got it all drummed up, man. It's going to be right on the Hallmark channel in replays. It seems like that's the way these storylines are going. They all got great players. Tony Pollard on one side, Christian McCaffrey on the other, Deebo Samuel, C.D. Lamb, T.Y. Hilton, Brandon Ayuk. Now, the one place that I would give San Francisco the clear-cut advantage is tight end with George Kittle. He's a monster. Dalton Schultz is good, but he's not George Kittle level. And then you go to the quarterbacks. Now, if they're playing their best football, Dak should have an advantage over Brock Purdy. I say should. If you force Brock Purdy with the game where they're down and they need a touchdown with 2 minutes to go, I have not seen Brock Purdy do that yet. He might be able to. He's been playing awesome.
He hasn't had to.
He hasn't had to, exactly.
Yep.
So if somehow Dallas can get him in that situation, then it'll be up to a last pick of the 7th round out of Iowa State. And you know, last time we backed a hometown boy, what happened?
That's not why I'm picking it.
60-something to 3.
Yeah, I'm not picking that because he's hometown.
Oh, you're not?
No, he's not
Okay.
hometown. He's home state.
He's home state. Yeah, you're right. Not hometown, not home city. So, yeah, I like the 4 points. I think it's going to stay within that. And I think, surprisingly, there's not going to be as much points as you think. I think there'll be a lot of field goal attempts. So I'm going to cautiously
That's about right.
barely go over in this game, like a 27 to 24, 27, 26, somewhere in that kind of realm. 26, 24, somewhere around there.
I really thought you were going to go under when you said a lot of field goals because I just figured your boy's not going to be making them.
No, I just think that they'll move the ball on each other, and then the defense is as good as they are when you shorten the field. It's going to be tough to score a touchdown.
It will be.
Unless you get big plays, big
Yep.
chunk plays. And I just don't see a whole lot of those happening here. But
This will be a great game to watch, though.
It should.
So out of all the 4 games that we've talked about so far, what game, if you could only watch one, would it be this one?
Without being a Cowboys fan, you mean? Like if I just took fandom out, of course I'd like to watch this one.
Yeah. If you took that shirt out, that looks like someone threw up on it.
Am I wearing a Steelers jersey?
Oh my gosh.
Shots fired.
Kelly.
Eagles? Yeah. By the way, Kelly, I know you probably don't watch this podcast, but all of a sudden you're a Jacksonville fan when Pittsburgh don't make the playoffs. I got you.
Yeah,
I got
that
5 teams myself.
He got multiple hats.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. What? If this one's winning, let me put this one
I
on.
live here. Okay, I'll give you that one. Yeah. So out of all the games, here's what I know. Last Monday night, Dallas and Tampa set a record for the most watched game at 30.1 million for a postseason game that wasn't the Super Bowl, obviously. I think that record gets beat this week because San Francisco's got a much bigger fan base than Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I think this game will shatter a lot of records. Now, do I think it's going to be the most entertaining and necessarily like scoring and all these big plays? No, but I think it's going to be the best game to watch.
So you think there's another game this weekend that is going to be higher scoring?
I think Buffalo and Cincinnati has a chance
Okay.
to be higher scoring because if you watch the first 7 minutes they got to play or whatever it was of the Monday night game,
Right.
it was already 7-3 and it looked like Cincinnati was about to tack on at least a field goal, if not another touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't see much
if they
change.
don't play like they played last week, either team for Cincy and Buffalo, I can see it. But if they played
Yeah.
like they played last week, I might fall asleep halfway through the game.
Yeah. So, yeah, this game's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
You're taking San Fran. I'm taking Dallas in the points,
Yep.
and we're both going over. Or, no, you're going.
No, I went over.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
Yep. We're
So
both,
we're both over on this one. On this one, we got different teams.
right? Did I go over? Yeah, I'm going over.
Prevagen.
You're
You
gonna
have
look back
short-term
at the
muscle or,
look back at the video. Go. He said under first. Now he's going over. My ticket says over.
Well, these games are so, like, tough to you're envisioning both sides of a coin here. And, like, yeah, I can talk myself into that.
Yeah.
I can talk myself into a 30-24 game. Oh, that's over.
I think the odds makers did a great job on these 4 games when it comes to the over/under. I also think they did a great job on the point spread as well.
Yeah, the only one I'm a little worried about that I thought was going to be more, to be honest with you, was Kansas City.
Yeah.
I thought that game was going to at least be 9.5, 9.5, and ended up being 8.5 or 8. I mean,
Yeah. No,
that seems a weird number, 8. I thought they would try to juice it up a little more, 9. Who knows?
yeah.
All right, so that's your NFL divisional playoff round action for this weekend, folks. We got anything else on this beautiful day?
I
Beautiful
don't.
Friday on the Odds
It was
Brothers?
a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. I like those graphics.
Well, good deal.
Yeah.
I was up till midnight cooking them.
Were you?
Well, check the time I sent the email to you. You'll figure that out.
Yeah, that was good.
All right.
Now I'm glad to be back. Glad to be
Yeah,
back.
it is good because trying to just watch you and hope the latency issue in your Mac's headroom
Yeah,
stuff that was going on from time
the
to time.
audio sucked. I got to work on that. I mean, there's no trip planned for a while, but
Eventually there shall
knock
be.
on wood. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So if you're in the area, come say hi. You'll see the bright lights on the stage. And then this coming Monday, we'll recap all the 4 games on the divisional playoff. We'll start doing some basketball, get you set up for what will be the championship games in the AFC and NFC.
Yeah.
And we'll know what those are, but we won't quite pick them yet. We'll just give kind of some previews on what we thought. And then next Friday, we have our probably last football until the Super Bowl comes up. And then the Friday before the Super Bowl, just to let you know, we're planning on having every prop bet we can get a hold of and giving our thoughts on those props, because Super Bowl ranks as the #1 prop betting event.
Pages upon pages upon pages of prop bets.
Yeah, so we may not do exactly every one, depending on how many pages upon pages, because, the coin flip, get out of here. How long the national anthem, get out of here.
Listen, if you take heads, I take tails, one of us is going to be right, and we'll look like geniuses.
And that's what a lot of those are. More than, less than.
That's right.
So we'll get all those up for you, too, and hopefully have a couple, if not maybe a single special guest.
Really?
Even if we got to dial their ass in.
Who's that? Can't say?
I can't say because I don't know.
Oh.
How about that?
All right.
All right.
I think we'll talk about it. I think we might be doing something on. Are we doing something on Super Sunday?
Are we going to do
instead of a Monday?
Live?
No, we'll figure it out. I don't know.
If you stayed this long, you're definitely an Odds Brothers fan.
Yes.
We love you all.
Hey, and to all the Nebraska fans, you're welcome.
Yeah, they got dump trucked.
No, I didn't talk about you this week.
Do they have a game you want to pick?
No.
Well, they won Wednesday night. They beat Ohio State at home.
Oh, my gosh.
Not. Yes, I know.
How far down?
Ohio State.
How far down is their ranking? Ohio State.
Not as far as
Who got fired?
Nobody yet. Speaking of which, we're missing this. Not that.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we didn't do any of that lately. Haven't.
So now that you're back, maybe we can do a little sweet treats and bad beats. Even if it's just to watch the damn opening of that again. That is still really great.
I don't even have it pumped up on this new PC here.
All right. Well,
we got to get that.
That and the Dookie emoji.
Yeah,
get it fired up.
Yeah.
All right, we ready to get out of here?
Yes.
All right, we'll see y'all Monday. Thanks for watching the Odds Brothers. Watch us on YouTube. Watch us. Well, that's about it right now. But if you want to listen to us, Google, Amazon, Apple, and Spotify. How about that? Kick us out of here.
Thank you for listening to the Odds Brothers podcast.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Presented by the Bentley Sportsbook. Place your sports bets here from inside Southland Casino or from anywhere in Arkansas at southland.bentley.com.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Be sure to follow the Odds Brothers podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google, and YouTube. Keep in mind, in Arkansas, you must be 21 or older and located in Arkansas to bet. Please play responsibly. For help quitting, call 1-800-522-4700.